is that time of the year where the whole world celebrates love. I'm telling you that this season, people believe that it's a season of love, but for me, I believe that every day is a time for love. Christmas represents sacrifice, love, and patience. Looking at the reason for Christmas, which is the birth of our Lord Savior Jesus Christ. He sacrificed for mankind, and so it demands that you and I must sacrifice for our neighbors. Welcome to our program, Security Watch Africa, this wonderful day. It's another episode where we'll bring you that information you need to keep your life safe and secured. My name still remains Patrick Abambu. Welcome today. Today we'll be giving you a number of reports that varies from one Department of Security to the other. And but first I have to tell, because I know that a lot of people are already traveling. The Nigeria highways are busier than before. People traveling to various cities and communities to celebrate the Yuletide season. I must say you must travel with caution. Don't display affluence, so much affluence, no matter how much you have made through the year. Don't display so much affluence, because that will really attract kidnappers and the evil ones on you. So it's encouraged that there must be moderation in everything we do at this season. Instead of moderation, share with the needy, share with those who are in need, because there are still millions of people that's around you who need one thing or the other. Share, and share, for this is the reason for the season. Yes, I must also say that we have a report on the highways, and later on we'll be giving you the tips on how to travel for those that will be traveling. But let me use this opportunity to congratulate some of those who believe so much on Security Watch Africa, who got promoted yesterday by their various services. Almost on behalf of everybody, even here in Dark Communication and Security Watch Africa, and myself, congratulate Brigadier General Onyema Nwachukwu on his promotion as a Major General. It's not easy. General Nwachukwu is currently the Director of Army, the Department of Army Public Relations. Congratulations, sir, on your promotion. Well-deserved promotion, indeed. Yes, I'll congratulate our friend, Commodore Adetokunbo Ayovon. Commodore Adetokunbo Ayovon is the Director of Information of the Nigerian Navy. Is also promoted as a Rear Admiral in the Nigerian Navy. Congratulations, sir. We also want to congratulate our friend who has been on this program on several occasions, talking about Air Commodore Edward Gamquet. Edward Gamquet has been promoted as the Air Vice Marshal. Air Vice Marshal is not a mean rank indeed, and he is the Director of Information and Public Relations in the Nigerian Air Force. There are so many people who have been promoted. Of course, life says that as people are going, so people are coming in, and that is that's what happened in the armed forces in the last 1 week. Showed us, and that will take me to the first report of the day from the Nigerian Army, where Shirley Daniels attended the regimental dinner night for those retired Nigerian Army officers. Sit back as we bring you this report.
It is said that whatever has a beginning must surely have an end. It is more glorious when this end is completed in good health and perfect mind without blemish. This can be said of the 113 generals of the Nigerian Army who recently retired from service. To celebrate their remarkable time while in service, the Nigerian Army hosted them to a regimental dinner night in Abuja. Before the commencement of the dinner, which was attended by the Minister of Defense, Mohammed Badaru Abubakar, who was the special guest of honor, the Chairman, Senate Committee on Army, Senator Abdulaziz Yaradua, the Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, representatives of service chiefs, and all the generals. The women were not left out as some accompanied their spouses to the remarkable dinner night. To welcome the special guest of honor and the generals, the Chief of Administration Army, Major General Jimmy Akpo, disclosed the reason why the Army decided to host the retired generals to a regimental dinner night.
Today we gather here to pay tribute and express our deepest gratitude to these exceptional individuals who have dedicated their lives to serving the nation. In order to honor the service of our esteemed retired and retiring colleagues, previous leaderships of the Nigerian Army initiated this noble concept of giving retired and retiring generals of the Nigerian Army a memorable exit from the service.
The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Taoreed Abiodun Lagbaja, who was the chief host, commended the retired generals for their services in the Nigerian Army.
There's no doubt that so many of your colleagues that passed out from the Nigerian Defense Academy will have prayed to get to where you got to in service. So as I welcome you to this regimental dinner night, I congratulate you for getting to this point of disengaging voluntarily from service in a meritorious manner. I congratulate your spouses and other family members for having you back correctly. I believe you are now catching up lost time with your families.
General Lagbaja used the occasion to encourage them to give gratitude to God for taking them to their enviable ranks in the army, while also appreciating President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for his support.
I congratulate you, sir, for a successful ending of another era in your life and wish you all the best as you forge ahead in your new endeavors. I say thank you for your service on behalf of a grateful nation and a proud army. I wish you a rewarding retirement life.
The Minister of Defense, Mohammed Badaru Abubakar, while commending them for their services to the nation, promised that the issues of pension will be improved by the government.
Our 2023 retired and retiring generals have led with courage, wisdom, and determination, devoting themselves to the protection and defense of our dear nation. They have relentlessly pursued excellence, demonstrating their unwavering commitment to duty. Their selfless sacrifice and steadfast leadership have undoubtedly laid an indelible mark on our forces and the nation as a whole. The Ministry of Defense is exploring options to make life in retirement desirable for officers and men who have given the nation their best while in service. To this end, the issue of medical coverage and other welfare issues are being looked into to better the loss of our retired personnel. I must remind everyone that policies take time to get implemented in a constitutional democracy with its attendant bureaucracy. However, this administration is committed to getting things done quickly and correctly.
Those who retired were 1 general, 1 lieutenant general, 67 major generals, 44 brigadier generals, and they are General Lucky Irabo, former Chief of Defense Staff, Lieutenant General Farouk Yahaya, former Chief of Army Staff, Major General Samuel Adebayo, former Chief of Defense Intelligence, Major General Anthony Omozoje, Major General Stevenson Olabaji, Major General Usman Mohammed, Major General Kabir Mukhtar, among others. A properly execute ending, they say, provides closure and cleanliness, readying you to attack the new with refreshed vigor. Shirley Daniels, reporting for Security Watch Africa.
We wish all those retired officers well in their civilian endeavor. Yeah, they've been advised to meditate very well and think very well before venturing into any venture, because the civilian life is not easy at all. And we welcome them to the civilian life. And we also, that as they step down, some more people were promoted. Some of them we have shown you, and one of them is also the current Chief of Military Intelligence, Brigadier General Bobby Unagbe, and he's now a Major General. Congratulations, sir. Yes, we had an interview with the current Assistant Inspector General of Police in charge of Zone 2 of Nigeria Police Force in Oniko, Lagos, to find out how safe is Lagos and the entire Zone 2 command. Sit back as we bring you this short interview with AIG Ari Mohammed Ali.
For us, and for Lagosians generally, I want to say Lagos is very, very safe. We are not saying that Lagos is completely free of crime. No society anywhere globally can pride itself to say it is crime-free. Well, of course, we have our own fair share of crime and criminalities here. But I want to tell you that crime rates in Lagos cannot be compared to any other state in terms of what we have on ground. We have everything it takes. The state government is doing its best. Federal government, to a large extent, has been very supportive. Logistics are everywhere. Patrol teams are everywhere. And our men are out there to ensure that 24/7, no crime is allowed to take place. But I know in one or two places we are bound to have one or the other form of crime and criminality. But I want to tell you, on a very, very serious note, Lagos is a no-go area for crime generally. We are doing our best, and Lagosians are aware that the command is doing its best to ensure that whoever that is coming to Lagos, either for business or for leisure or for whatever thing, have a different story to tell when he or she leaves Lagos. Because the only place you can go with your two eyes closed, devoid of any crime, is Lagos. And we are not ready to give any crime or criminal that leg to give us any headache or to disrupt the security architecture put in place. So, to a large extent, we are doing our best. And Lagos, for now, I want to say, is safe for anybody that is coming in for Christmas to come in and can be sure that after Christmas, he or she can go back to wherever he's coming from safely.
Welcome back. Yes, you had him. Lagos is safe and the environment, so you are free to travel to Lagos wherever you desire. That takes us to the next report, also talking about the safety of our highways. A voice pop and a report put together by Lucy Tawo. Sit back as we bring it to you.
There have been several reports of kidnappings and banditry on Nigerian highways, which prompted some Nigerians to suggest that this year's 2023 Yuletide season may witness a very low numbers of travelers along the highways for the fear of insecurity on the road. Now is that season where thousands of Nigerians crisscross the country to spend time with their family members and loved ones in various cities and communities. As usual, Security Watch Africa crew was on the street to find out if the people are willing to travel.
The nature of our roads need more government attention. In some places, the roads are totally cut off, and some it takes the motorists hours before reaching their various destinations. One that I can remember vividly, or that comes to mind, Lokoja, Benin axis, the roads are not in good shape.
Based on the road network from Niger to Abuja, it's a bit fair, but I can't say anything concerning Lagos and every other part of the country.
Currently, I feel the roads are not safe, number one. Number two, the roads are dilapidated, like it should be worked on. And I feel like we are the ones doing ourselves. Because once a project is given out, for construction, is not done, it end up, affecting we Nigerians, because now it's time to travel. The road is not secure, the roads are not good, and that's why you see lots of accidents and all on the highway.
They are not safe. In some certain areas, people were safe, but in some certain areas, were not safe. Because now if you are going to Zamfara State, by this time you can't move because you know something may happen. If you want to go to Katsina, by this time around, you may not come, even Kaduna. So that means the road is not safe.
The reports of insecurity are not limited to the highways, as many communities were alleged to have experienced different shades of insecurity. So we asked them if they feel that the communities are safe enough.
Actually, this issue of security depends on the community itself. When the both of them cooperate in sharing relevant information on anything that comes up, I think is one of the major issues that make or help the community in curtailing the security challenges.
Kidnapping is getting serious and worse by the day. In fact, even in your home, you are not safe. You understand? Talk less of where you are traveling to, you don't even know how that place is. So it's just prayer, and please, and government should do something about it, please.
Obviously, it's not safe because in recent time, we know what has become of Nigeria. It's not safe at all. So everyone has to be security conscious. We cannot even rely on our security agencies, although they are trying, but you also have to secure yourself and just be security alert, everyone.
We sought to know what advice they have for the government and the security agencies, and they had this to say.
My advice to the government, especially those places that should make sure they put more security to secure the people that are living in that areas, and to secure, they know that some area that they know that they are kidnapped in the road, they should put security more.
They should be alert. If there is any useful information to the security agency, they should pass it on time so that the needful should be done.
My own advice, government supposed to increase the number of the security agency in this country. Government supposed to create so many job creation, more especially empowerment. If government empower our Nigerian youth by sustaining them, all this kind of crisis will not happen.
I feel the government, they need to do more. They need to put more effort, though they've been trying, but more effort should be put in, please, for our safety, because we're no longer safe in our countries, in our community, in our houses anymore. So I will plead with the government, they should try their possible best to help our security agency, because it's really bad. It's bad.
I want to plead with the government to please consider Nigerians, consider us, and put our roads in good shape. Also, we need to also beef up our security systems in the country. So please, I'm begging our government, consider Nigerians.
As it is usually said, no society is totally free from insecurity, as both the government and the people must work together to ensure security of lives and properties. Lucy Tau, Security Watch Africa, Abuja.
Yeah, welcome back. If you've been watching us or just joining us now, this is your program, Security Watch Africa. Every Saturday, we'll bring you this program to give you security information. Yes, let's take you to one of the things that happened that brought sadness to our hearts, the death of the former Chief of Army Staff, Major General Mohammed Chris Ali, and he was laid to rest during the week. Sit back as we bring you this report by Shuli Daniels.
It was a solemn moment as families, friends, and loved ones witnessed the arrival of the remains of late Major General Mohammed Chris Ali a former Chief of Army Staff, Nigerian Army, at the St. Joseph Military Catholic Church, Mambila Barracks, Asokoro in Abuja. With the first reading taken from the Bible Book of Psalms, the officiating minister, Reverend Father Anthony May Magani, gave his sermon.
In death, life is changed, not ended. And that is what the prefix of death tells us. The prefix tells us that indeed, for your faithful Lord, life is changed, not ended.
Immediately after the funeral mass, the remains of the late retired Major General Ali was moved to the National Cemetery in Abuja for the final rites. At the cemetery, the military pallbearers marched in with the corpse as all the guests stood up in honor. The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tawarit Abiodun Lagbaja, and the Chief of Defense Staff, Major General Christopher Musa, spoke about the late military general.
It is no news to everyone here that the late eminent general had a distinguished career in the Nigerian Army, rising to hold the highest appointment of Chief of Army Staff from November 1993 until his meritorious retirement from active service in August 1994. The truth is that the late General Chris Ali did not retire until his last breath. General MC Ali exhibited an unrivaled sense of duty and dedication to service.
As the Chief of Army Staff, Major General MC Ali retired, obviously achieved significant influence on the professionalism and the repositioning of the Nigerian Army to be a force to reckon with in both regional and global scenes. This brings me to the concern of what shall be mentioned of our relevance when we transit to the world beyond. For Major General Mohammed Chris retired, his transition has elicited marvelous memories of our loving father, brother, uncle, colleague, comrade, and confidant to many nationwide and overseas.
Before the interment proper, there was 21 gun salutes in honor of the late former Chief of Army Staff, Major General Mohammed Chris Ali.
Officers and warrant officers in uniform are please reminded to salute at the firing of each volley.
Present! Fire! Reload!
And his body was lowered into the Mother Earth, after which there was wreath laying. The late Major General Ali retired, served the nation in various capacities, leaving behind enduring legacies. He was born 25th December 1944 in Kotun Kerifi in Kogi State. He began his military journey on 20th October 1967 as a member of the Emergency Short Service Combatant Corps. He served diligently in several capacities, cutting across staffs, instructional as well as command appointments, and was a one-time military administrator of Plateau State. The burial ceremony attracted several dignitaries, which includes former military head of state General Abdusalami Abubakar, National Security Advisor Malam Nuhu Ribadu, and former chiefs of defense and army staffs. Indeed, man born of woman is short-lived and filled with trouble. He comes up like a blossom and then withers away like a shadow and disappears. Shuli Daniels, reporting for Security Watch Africa.
May the soul of the departed rest in peace. Yes, let's take you to our last report for this week. That is from the Chukwuma Nwokocha's ministry that held an outreach program, what they call the annual service, the end of the annual service. And again, Lucy Tawo was there and brings this report.
As it is their usual practice to provide succor to the less privileged and the needy in the society, the Chukwuma Nwokocha Ministry once again hosted its annual end-of-year service for 2023, as people from all walks of life, particularly from the internally displaced people's camp, School for the Blind, widows, and members of the ministry gathered in Abuja to receive blessings from God and physical gifts from the ministry. Pupils from the School of the Blind rendered Christmas carol, which marks the season, and women from the IDP camp led the congregation to sing praises to God. Gifts were distributed to various beneficiaries. At the end of the program, Security Watch Africa spoke with the founder of the ministry, Pastor Chukwuma Nwokocha, on what inspired the program and his message for other religious bodies.
The first thing you should know is that the Holy Spirit always inspires us to do what is right. And again, it's biblical for us to do what we are doing today, because it's a way of appreciating people. It's a way of doing what the Lord wants us to do. It's a way of looking at the situation of things to reduce the sufferings of mankind. If you look at what is happening in the nation, people are suffering. This is the only thing that the ministry can. We looked at it and said, okay, let us organize this and make people happy. That's why we're doing it. As a Christian, our duty is to touch life. Please go out there, let someone smile through you, no matter how little. And that will go a long way in reducing the crisis of our nation. Because if there is hunger and starvation, it leads to crisis, it leads to war, it leads to someone going to do something that is not supposed to do. Before you know it, it's creating problems. Insecurity will start coming in. So I believe what we should do as a Christian is let's touch lives. Let's make somebody smile. Encourage people. Not only when you give, encourage them, bring them back, talk to them, ways that can reduce pains in their life. That's the only thing I feel we can do.
Lucy Tawo, Security Watch Africa, Abuja.
Yeah, we must end it here for that program to continue. But I believe you must have enjoyed watching us this episode. Join us again next week when we'll bring you another exciting episode. Until next week, I say follow us on all our social media platforms. Send your views and your comments. Send us your likes so that we can discuss it. Until next week, bye for now.